We click links and buttons dozens of times a day. But what actually happens in the exact moment after you click? What hidden gears start turning to bring a web page to your screen? Under the surface, every website functions as a coordinated team, working together exactly like the staff of a busy restaurant. Every web interaction is split into three main areas. You have the public dining room, where the customers sit, a hidden kitchen, where the food is actually prepared, and a team of invisible messengers running back and forth between them. Grasping how these three pieces work together is your very first step to moving from simply consuming the internet to actually learning how to build it. Let's start in the dining room. In web development, this is called the front end. It is the only part of a website you ever actually see, click, and interact with on your screen. To build this room, we use three distinct languages. First is HTML. This provides the raw structural foundation. Think of HTML as the bare wooden tables, the plain chairs, and the unformatted text on the menu. Next, we bring in CSS. This is the interior design layer. CSS takes those bare tables and adds clean tablecloths, paints the walls, and dims the lighting to make everything look appealing. Finally, we add JavaScript. This is the behavioral layer. Without JavaScript, the room is just a pretty picture. JavaScript provides the interactivity that lets you actually open the menu, push a button, and place an order. But even with the structure, the design, and the interactivity, this dining room is still an empty shell. It cannot store a customer's prominent history, and it does not know how to cook a meal. Because the beautiful front end cannot prepare its own food, it completely relies on an unseen system to do the heavy lifting. This brings us to the back end. This is the highly secure, behind-the-scenes kitchen where the real work happens. Inside this kitchen, we have back-end servers. These act like the chefs and kitchen staff. They receive incoming orders from the dining room, figure out exactly what needs to be done, and execute the complex logic required to prepare the dish. And every kitchen needs a place to store ingredients. In our model, that is the database, a giant, highly secure digital pantry. Instead of flour and sugar, this database holds all the critical data. It locks away sensitive user passwords, stores your past purchase history, and holds all the photos and videos you might want to view later. This creates a clear separation. The user is isolated out in the dining room, and the sensitive data is safely locked away in the kitchen. To make the whole operation work, they need a secure way to talk to each other without letting the customers wander into the kitchen. This is where an API comes in. API stands for Application Programming Interface, but you can simply think of it as our digital waiter. It bridges the gap between the two rooms. Let's look at how the data flows. When you click a button on the left, the API takes your specific request from the front end and carries it securely over to the back-end kitchen on the right. Once the back-end receives the order, it goes to work. It looks through the digital pantry, finds the exact data requested, and prepares the meal. Then, the API makes the return trip. It carries the processed data right back to the front end, allowing your screen to instantly update with the exact information you asked for. APIs allow thousands of independent apps and websites to exchange information instantly, turning isolated systems into a massive connected network. So every time you tap a screen or click a mouse, you're triggering this exact cycle. You are tracing the unbroken path from the front-end user interface, handing a request to the API, letting the back-end process it in the database, and waiting for the final result to return. And all of this happens in the blink of an eye. This exact restaurant service runs millions of times a second, across the entire globe, silently powering everything we do online. If this look behind the scenes helped you make sense of the web, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue building your foundational developer skills.